Beyond the Badge is brought to you by Stefan Cadolin of Coldwell Banker Burnett Realty and the Edina Crime Prevention Fund.
Welcome to Beyond the Badge, a program about the inner workings of the Edina Police Department. Thanks for joining us. I'm Officer Brian Hubbard. When a parent or teacher warns a room of middle and high schoolers of the dangers of drunk driving or texting while on the road, there's a good chance they will write it off as noise. But when a police chief takes the time out of his busy schedule to deliver that same message, they are much more likely to take the message to heart. Edina Police Chief Jeff Long delivered that kind of impactful speech when he was recently honored as one of 7 recipients of a Connecting with Kids 2012 Leadership Award.
The Connecting with Kids Leadership Awards is our way of highlighting individuals or organizations within the community of Edina that have had a direct and positive impact on the youth of Edina.
The police chief was selected for leading his department in its many interactions with youth, including those through DARE, Sober Squad at Edina High School, Police Explorers, and Safety Camp. The police department's number of youth-oriented outreach programs continues to grow. In 2010, the police department started a safe driving program aimed at teens. In 2011, the department added a new initiative addressing underage drinking.
I think our youth programs are getting through to kids, and the reason I think that is we are beginning to hear from youth in the community that the relationship is better between the police department and the young people. We can't expect them to follow the rules and adapt to society without providing them with some sort of guidance. And when we provide them with guidance, then we can also improve driving habits. We can improve their knowledge of the law. We can educate them about the dangers of drinking and other poor choices in life.
The department is in the midst of another teen outreach program. This month, Edina police officers, working in conjunction with Edina High School, will look for teen drivers who are wearing seatbelts. Buckled up drivers will receive coupons for free music downloads and free Frosties from Wendy's. Drivers will be approached as they arrive or leave Edina High School or a special event. The campaign is designed to encourage and reward seatbelt use by teen drivers.
The idea behind the I Got Caught program is to instill a positive interaction between the youth of our community and the police department to enforce safe driving habits. Historically, teens are reluctant to wear their seatbelts. It might be an image thing, or they just haven't learned that that's what they need to do. This has gotten better, in large part because of programs like this.
This I Got Caught campaign is sponsored by AAA in partnership with the Minnesota Chiefs of Police Association and the Minnesota Sheriff's Association. It's important that police officers train for dangerous scenarios, such as those that might result in use of force or firearms. In Edina, officers lean on MILO for that training, an interactive program giving the participants the opportunity to interact in a scenario as though it were real life. Let's go over to the South Metro Public Safety Training Facility where Officer Aaron White is with Sergeant Tom Draper to tell us more about MILO in this episode's segment of How's It Work?
Thanks, Brian. We're back at the South Metro Public Safety Training Facility for another segment of How's It Work to learn a little bit about some of the equipment we use behind the scenes at the police department. And for that today, I'm joined by Sergeant Tom Draper with the police department. Tom, thanks for being here.
No problem.
We're in one of the classrooms at the training facility. Tell us what it is that we're looking at here. What is the equipment here?
Well, this is what we consider or call the MILO system. It's a decision-based scenario training as far as use of force.
What are the advantages of training with the simulator here versus live fire with a firearm?
Well, live fire standing on the range is you're shooting in a piece of paper. Mm-hmm. Here you actually have a scenario displayed on the screen out there, and the officer has to make a decision. They have to decide whether they shoot or not shoot. They have to give the person commands while they're doing this.
Tell us a little bit about some of the pieces and parts here. On your belt there you have basically a red handgun, fits in your
yes.
holster.
It's a typical gun that we carry, the Glock, and it is off a laser or infrared.
Sure.
That goes off the wall here. So
and that
we have the white wall, obviously, that a scene is projected on, and then the scenario is played out. The machine will read from the infrared, the laser of the gun, where the shots are. It will actually show the shots. Mm-hmm. There's a targeted area that we want to hit, and the computer will register those.
Well, how about a demonstration? Can you give us a little overview of how it works?
I would love to, Aaron.
Very good.
Now this is where the officer would be coming up and you'd see the harassment or whatever is going on there. Police, get away from him! I see him with a knife, so I'd pull out my handgun or some sort of weapon. What's in your hand? Put it down! What do you want me to do? Put it down! This is where the officer would be ordering him to stop, move away from the body, and go down to the ground and handcuff him. Don't come towards me, stay right there! So the officer would use lethal force so that the officer's not assaulted. Now at this point, we do a debrief.
Thank you, Tom. Appreciate the demonstration, the overview of the system today.
You're very welcome, and I hope it was helpful.
Thank you. Sergeant Tom Draper with the Edina Police Department, and we'll return to Brian in the studio.
Thank you, Aaron. Furthering its commitment to providing ways for residents to live active lifestyles, the city recently approved the creation of bike lanes on a portion of Tracy Avenue, which will be reconstructed later this year. There are many streets in Edina that do not yet have bike lanes, though. By following 8 rules of the road, bicyclists and motorists can share the road more safely and enjoyably. Bicyclists may ride on all Minnesota roads except where restricted. Bicyclists should ride on the road, not sidewalks, and must ride in the same direction as traffic. Motorists must at all times maintain a 3-foot clearance when passing a bicyclist. Bicyclists must obey all traffic control signs and signals, just as motorists. Motorists and bicyclists must yield the right-of-way to each other. Bicyclists must signal their turns and should ride in a predictable manner. Bicyclists must use a headlight and rear reflectors when it's dark. To increase visibility, add a rear flashing light. Bicyclists should always wear helmets. On behalf of my co-host, Officer Aaron White, and the rest of the officers of the Edina Police Department, thanks for tuning in to learn a little bit more of what goes on beyond the badge. Until next time, stay safe.
Beyond the Badge is brought to you by Stefan Caroline of Coldwell Banker Burnett Realty and the Edina Crime Prevention Fund.